The Los Angeles Rams built one of the youngest and most promising defenses in the NFL last season. A group of underrated players, overlooked by other teams, who transformed the Rams' defensive unit into an unstoppable force in the playoffs. Now imagine losing one of the key pieces of that scheme. That's exactly what happened in a redraft that shook the team's future. What would the Rams' fate be without this talent in the upcoming season? Hold on to that thought, because the revelation will surprise you. And before we continue, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss anything about your team. Jared Verse, one of the biggest hits from the Rams' last draft, simply disappears from the roster in a new projection from NFL.com. Many teams let Verse slip by in the actual draft, allowing him to fall into the hands of Los Angeles. But if they could turn back time, the Atlanta Falcons wouldn't make the same mistake. In the redraft, Verse is selected 8th overall by the Falcons, leaving a giant hole in the Rams' defense. And it wasn't just any year for Verse. In his rookie season, he wreaked havoc on the defensive line, helping the Rams exceed expectations and reach the playoffs. But without him, things would have been quite different. Who else could make the same impact? The answer might lie in the Rams' own draft, Braden Fisk. The former Florida State teammate also shown, and in the redraft, is selected 20 spots earlier than in the original draft, proving that his rise did not go unnoticed. Look, losing Jared Verse wouldn't just be a headache, it would be a nightmare for Sean McVay and company. We're talking about a defender who elevated the pressure on opposing quarterbacks to a new level. In a team that was already in transition, having a pass rusher of that caliber is an advantage that few can afford to lose. However, the Rams have shown they know how to find talent, and by holding on to Fisk, they would still maintain a competitive defense. But here's the question. What if Verse had been drafted earlier? Would the Rams have achieved the same success in the playoffs without him? Now it's up to you. Do you believe the Rams could achieve the same defensive impact without Jared Verse? Could Braden Fisk carry that responsibility alone? Or does this redraft prove that the Rams cannot afford to make mistakes in the next selection? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and let's discuss. And of course, subscribe to the channel to keep up with everything about the Los Angeles Rams. There's much more hot analysis coming your way.